first, let me get that introduction. We on a long road to self-destruction. You was so in love, you weren't gonna.
Hey guys, I'm back. It's Nightwolf here, and I'm starting a new What If. It's about Boruto again. But it's different from my story. This is what if Boruto was the Daredevil. Let's start. We start off with a 9-year-old Boruto. Walking to the village with his I would say his friends. Okay? And they're just being watched. And they're being watched by Jonin from the village gate. Then Boruto separates from his friends, runs off, separates from his friends, and then stumbles upon a snake. The snake is like red and black. And Boruto, being curious, he goes toward the snake. The snake is offensive, raises up, and bits him in his eyes. Boruto then sprawls out in pain. 5 seconds later, his father shows up out of nowhere from hearing his son scream. Now, Naruto can't heal this. He can heal his nerves in his eyes, but he can't heal his eyes completely. He can heal the sensor ability in his eyes, but he can't heal his eyes. Okay. Boruto doesn't know what to do he just feels warm hands pick him up. And Naruto says, "I'm here, son." And then Naruto takes Boruto to the Leaf Hospital. From a body flicker. Arrives in the hospital. Lays him on the bed, lays him on a hospital bed, calls the nurse in. Of course, it's Sakura. And, of course, this is Aunt Sakura. And, she heals him. And, after she heals him, she, wraps him around his eyes with, bandage his eyes, and sorry, and tells Naruto, I'm sorry, Naruto. There's nothing else I can do." Naruto looks at her with a soft expression. Then she continues, "Boruto is completely blind. And, of course, she hands him glasses and, a stick. You know that if you've seen the, Netflix series, Daredevil, you know what stick I'm talking about. A walking stick that, Daredevil uses. Well, when Daredevil's not in the suit, Matt Murdock. Okay. Where was I? Oh, right. Gives him a stick to walk on. Gives Naruto the walking cane, and, sees Boruto is sleeping soundly on the bed. So, Naruto asks Sakura to please inform his, wife, Hinata, Boruto's mother, that he'll be staying at the hospital with Boruto. She nods in agreement and goes to do that. Then Naruto walks over to the bed, to a nearby chair by the bed, sits in it, and watches him for a little while, like an hour. Then he falls asleep. When Naruto's asleep, Sakura comes in the room quietly and covers him up. And walks back out the room. The next morning, Boruto wakes up and immediately covers his ears. Excuse me, sorry guys. Immediately covers his ears and says, "Why is it so loud?" Of course, he screams this, wakes Naruto up, and Naruto sees what's wrong, tells Boruto what's wrong. Boruto says again, "Why is it so loud? Make it stop." Naruto says to Boruto, "Focus on my voice, son." Of course, that calms him down. And he focuses on his dad's voice. After he's calm, he time skip is about 9 in the morning and the next morning. So he gets discharged. So he Boruto and his father walk home, and Boruto, not Boruto, Naruto and Boruto are walking, and Boruto is walking with a stick, and his father has his hand guiding him home, and a minute later they get home, and Hinata comes out worried, like a mother should, comes out worried. So does his little sister. So does Boruto's little sister, Himawari. His little sister Himawari says to Naruto, "What happened to Big Brother?" Naruto says, bends down on one knee, and says he's your brother's blind, Hima. And then she starts crying, and Naruto holds out his arms. Himawari embraces her father, and Naruto holds her tightly, getting her to stop crying and fall asleep. After Naruto takes Hima inside, Hinata brings Boruto in and guides him in, sits him down, and Naruto comes in the living room, and of course, Boruto can hear footsteps, heartbeats, everything that Daredevil can. And Boruto says, "Dad, am I still gonna be able to become a shinobi?" And his Naruto replies, "That's up to you, son." Let's do a 2 year, let's go, um, let's see, uh, let's see, damn, 10-day time skip. Naruto and Boruto are currently in Naruto's office. Boruto is on sitting in a nearby chair. Close to Naruto's desk. And he hears footsteps and informs his dad, like, "Hey Dad, I hear footsteps. Someone coming." And his dad says enter before they can even get to the door. They come in, and it's Sarda and Miki. Sarda is immediately worried about Boruto's state that he's in. So she sadly asked, "What happened to Boruto, if I may ask, Lord Seventh?" Naruto sighs, and Naruto knows that Sarda deeply cares for Boruto. And he tells her that Boruto is blind. And then Boruto hears her heartbeat. Heartbeats kind of sad and slow. He starts sobbing. And Boruto speaks up. Boruto says to Sarda, "You don't have to feel bad for me." Or scratch that. "You don't have to feel sad for me, Sarda." Then Sarda just continues to cry more. And goes up to Boruto and hugs him. And Boruto, of course, hugged her back. And they break the hug. Naruto interrupts them. Interrupts them. He tells Boruto, Sora and Miki they'll have a temporary replacement for Boruto. That would be Himawari. Himawari's 15 now. So and so they Ambo escorts Himawari to her dad's office, acquainted with the team. Then Naruto says, I have a mission for you three. You must infiltrate and retrieve and Naruto tells the team Himawari Naruto tells the team of Himawari, Sarada, and Niki what they'll do, and Boruto chimes in that that's too dangerous. That's too dangerous. I do not want the people I love to die. Of course, Hima's and Sarda's heart skip a beat. And Naruto says to Boruto, I'll train you personally, and I'll get you into shape where you can go out with Sora again on missions. So let's do let's do a 1 month time skip. Boruto is training his hearing, his taijutsu, and that's pretty much it. And sensory ability, that's pretty much it. And he can hear, he can see sound frequencies like bats. He can hear sound frequencies. So he can see his father, but he can't. Let's put it like this. He can see what Daredevil sees. Okay, and after Naruto calls it a day. Boruto and Naruto go back to the Hokage's office and wait for Himawari and Sarada and Miki to get back. So they wait. Let's do let's do a 3-hour time skip. It's 11:15 at night. So Boruto notifies his dad that he hears 3 footsteps, and he memorized the foot pattern, so he knows that it's Himawari, his sister, and Sarada and Miki. Naruto immediately says enter when they get to the door. And Sarada always cries when she sees Boruto in the state that he's in. And Boruto knows how to walk without the cane now, like sensory ability. So he can go off the vibrations of his footsteps. And he it's in front of Sarda, and he slowly brings his hand up to her face, caresses it, and kisses her. I remind you, he can see Sarda, but he can't see her. It's like his seeing is like a bat's seeing. They can hear frequencies. Same way Daredevil can. So, he kisses her, and breaks a kiss, and says, "You don't have to feel bad for me. I made a stupid mistake going through the woods. So don't feel down, okay? By the next day or two, I'll be going on a mission with you again." Then Sarda hugs him, embraces him in a tight hug, like a loving hug, but tightly. And he does it back. And he says, "I love you too, Sarda." Sorry, guys. I'm a little tired. So, let's continue. Let's see. He says, "I love you too, Sarda." And, time skip to 8 at night. Let's say the next night. Boruto is currently sleeping in his bedroom soundly, I might add. And he hears he hears a knock at his window. So he wakes up, gets up from his bed, goes to the window. He he senses it sorta because he can hear her heartbeat. He can also see her, but he can't. So he lets her in, sorta immediately hugs him. Boruto says in a worried tone of voice, "What's wrong?" And he listened to her heartbeat, and he listened to her heartbeat, and says, "You're worried, aren't you?" She says, "Yes," in his crest between his neck and his neck and shoulder. And Boruto says, "We should get some sleep." And Boruto closes the window that sort of jumped from, gets in the bed with her, and then falls asleep with his arm tightly around her, cuddling her. And then halfway, the next morning, Boruto is waking up next to Sarda. He feels around on the bed for her, and he senses that she's there and sleeping soundly. Is hour later, after they're up and talking, Naruto comes and knocks on the door. And sees Sarda and says, "Hi, Sarda. I know you came here to check on him, so you can stay here as long as you like. I'll let your mother know you're here." Goes and he does. Like, Naruto leaves the room and calls Sarda's mom, which is Sakura, lets her know that her daughter is at his house. With Boruto. And Boruto is, well, I'm gonna end it here, guys. Like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys in the next part. Nightwolf out.
Shorty a little baddie, shorty my little boo thing, and shorty got the fatty. Shorty be catching mood swings. Every time I fuck without a rubber, I nutted on the covers, and I kept it undercover, cause I don't kick since 10. Every time I fuck she call me daddy. My little